Hey everybody, it's McClintock again, and today I am here to show you a new game called Viscera Cleanup Detail. It's a very exciting game, it's a very unique game. I just hopped into a new session, a new game here. They've got my name. They're a bit off on the age, but the real interesting bit is my occupation in this world, which is the hygiene technician. So let's just skip this pop-up window here and get right into it. And here I am. I'm in the world of Viscera Cleanup Detail. As you might expect, I am not a space marine. I'm not the action hero. I am the guy cleaning up after the big hero. As you can see, we're witness to the aftermath of some kind of alien infestation. Aliens have been cleansed, presumably by a hero or the assault squad, and kudos to them. But I am just a regular schmo, the poor schmuck actually, that is in the unfortunate position of cleaning up the mess of this alien war. So here I am with my space mop. I like how it kind of flops around. Very expressive mop. In the 10-15 minutes that I've spent with this game, I've already grown some kind of fond attachment to this mop, strange as it may sound. Mouse wheel will toggle between my mop and my hands. Very important. These are vital tools when it comes to doing cleanup. So those are my two weapons. Weapons, yeah. These are my weapons, and let's just start playing, and I'll just show you what's up with this mop. Got a lot of mess on this wall here. Oh yeah, nice. Oh! Looks like our mop is getting a bit too bloody. We're actually smearing the blood back onto the floor. So, just as in real life, we need to rinse off our mop. Luckily, we have these dispensers called Slosh-O-Matics, and they give us fresh, clean water, hopefully diluted with some cleansing fluid. And we're just gonna slosh our mop into the bucket, and there we go. Back to normal, and we can resume our mopping here. We got some random chunk. Looks like a bit of a limb, maybe. We got some chunks in the core there too, which we will take care of in just a moment. Oh, that was hard to get out. That was much easier. So you see our mop's getting bloody again. Still not bloody enough that we leave stains back onto the floor. Okay, so let's just slosh back in the bucket since we're so close. There we go. Okay. Oh look, shell casings. Oh, it's such a mess. These space marines, I tell you. All right. So using our hands, we can pick up the chunks. Whether these have been left behind by our human defenders or the alien threat, it's really hard to tell. And they don't go into the water bucket, they go into these biohazard bins. What a load. So, as you can already tell, it's very physics-based mechanics. And nice effect there where I picked up the jib and I dropped it back down and it left a blood smear. So it splashed. Not very good, but let's pick up these chunks and get rid of them. There we go. I see some more chunks here. Unfortunately, there's no way to pick up more than one thing at once. You're pretty much constrained to just one item at a time, which means that yes, all these shell casings need to be picked up. One at a time. Painstaking work. Alright. Let's pick up this chunk here. So our bin is rapidly filling up with stuff. Some more chunks here. Uh-oh. Yep. Like I said, heavily physics-based. You can tip over your bin and make a mess. Oh gosh. There we go. Nobody saw that. So in a sense, this game is very much art imitating life. Sure, I'm certain none of us have ever cleaned up a space station filled with gore left behind by space marines and aliens. However, fairly confident we have all done housework. At times, perhaps almost, cleaning up messes almost as bad as this. And the steps and procedures, I guess you can say the core mechanics are very similar. Very, very similar. I would say that's even more difficult in this game with the limitations of the interface and the controls. The only real advantage now is that I'm not actually exerting myself physically. I'm not bending my back and putting myself at risk for a sprain. Won't need to call my chiropractor anytime soon. So yeah, I was just pardon me, I just want to keep playing a little bit more, put you in a zen state as I methodically clean up the space station, and then before we wrap up, we'll just quickly talk more about where this game is at, what it means, if anything, and what the potential is. So we have some more crap to pick up in this hallway. Let's just bring our bucket over as well. So, one thing at a time, right? Let's just clean out this hallway. There's quite a bit. Alright, let's get to it. Big pool of blood here. It's gonna take a lot of swipes. There we go. Oh. Rinse off this. One thing that would have been cool is that if I step into a pool of blood or any sort of bloody footprint here, it would be cool if I would track the blood with me and just make a bigger mess. Excuse me. Who knows? The game is still in alpha form, so it's extremely bare bones. This is the game. There's no scoring, there doesn't seem to be any level progression, no other form of progression as far as I can tell. My bucket is filling up, is getting very dirty now, and I think I'm going to need to swap it up for a fresh bucket of water pretty soon. We'll get to that in just a moment. Oh, more. Oh, this looks like an organ. Gross. Okay, so a small bit of entrail here. This bloody chunk. Careful not to drop it or tip it. Don't want to tip the biohazard bin again. Oh, someone's leg. Not quite the scale. It's alright. Oh, more shell casings. These guys. These shotgun casings here. These guys are going to be the death of me. One at a time. Let's move the bin a little. Uh-oh. There. Easy. Oh, interesting. The bin is nearly full now, and there's a sense of weight as I try to move it. So yeah, I'm trying to pick it up. Oh, I accidentally picked up a chunk. Pick it up. Yeah. very hard to move. It's basically just sliding, scraping against the floor as I try to move it. So it might actually be time to dispose of this guy instead of overfilling it with stuff. And it's going to be time to get a new bucket. So let's take out the bucket first, actually. It's easier to move. So we see more of the space station as we wander around looking for supplies. Very nicely detailed. This game is made in UDK. I suspect it's the Unreal 3.5 iteration. Oh, just a mess. We need a clean bucket of water. Fresh bucket of water. Looks very nice. It's got the nice lighting in there already. Nothing too... nothing overly dramatic. It's no music. So all we have are the ambient sounds to keep us company. And now we've come to the furnace. Nice of them to just stick a furnace in the middle of the space station here. But hey, video games. There we are. Now I'm very close to the roaring fire. There's no health. I don't think there's any way to die in this game, so I should have, you know. Normally in a first-person action game, if you get close to any sort of fire, you'd be taking some damage. No damage. Pick up our bucket of water, and we'll just put the whole shebang inside the furnace. And that's going to stay there for a certain amount of time before the game just wipes it out and resets the furnace. I think it usually happens after you close the door. Let's see. No, it's still there, I think. I think it's just after a certain amount of time it's gonna go away. Oh, look at all this mess. There's so much to clean. So, is this the perfect game for neat freaks? It could be. It could very well be the game they never knew they wanted. And it's finally here. Okay, we know where the furnace is now. Let's see if we can get our huge bin of limbs, organs, and flesh. Okay, so you see the water bucket I threw into the furnace is now gone. Now we're going to attempt to get the bin inside, and it's very heavy. I think I can push it in. Oh no. Set it on fire. Just get it in there. Can't seem to get it in. It's too heavy. Yes, you can jump in this game, so I'm trying to pop the bin into the... Well, I lit the contents on fire. I think I may need to just lighten the load a bit here. If I can even... What do you know? I am as terrible at cleaning in this game as I am in real life. Oh, for some reason, the bin was extremely easy to pick up just now. Bit of a mess in front of the furnace. Clean that up, and it was just for the sake of neatness. Let's close the door on this furnace. So where were we? Now they're going to say I can't just like as I go just mop up. In fact, I should be doing that. It's just more efficient. I was heading back to my original spot, but there's nothing that says I can't just clean as I go. So we need another bin. Biohazard bin. We're not getting another one here, which is strange. I wonder if I just need to retrieve. We can dispense fresh buckets from this guy, but there's no. Let's see if there's a button here. There we are. There we are. There's an actual button. You just need to interact with the object to get a new bin. All right. Shell casings. At this point, I think you get the idea. What does this game mean? What is it about? Well, for one, this is kudos to the developers. There's a team called Runestorm. Kudos to them for coming up with this concept. It very much feels like a game created as part of an indie jam. I could see this being made in 48 hours, or it could be one of those week-long indie jams. Very refreshing to be in a first-person game and just have some bugs so you can't pick up a shell casing. So unique freaks here. This is probably going to drive you insane. Where there's one, piece of clutter that you still can't get at, and it's just there taunting you. Not to say that I'm a neat freak. So, as I was saying, very refreshing to be in this type of game and not be not having a gun, the barrel of a gun, sort of taking up a third of the screen, and your sole objective is just line up your crosshairs and shoot things. So, well done to these guys for thinking out of the box. I feel like there's a growing trend of games coming from indie teams that are exploring the mundane aspects of life, or just starting to tap into the very everyday human experience. And there's a game there's another game I wanted to do a video feature of called Actual Sunlight, which deals with depression, and it's been getting quite a bit of buzz on the major news outlets. That may be coming pretty soon. But this is not as heavy as Actual Sunlight, but I think it still taps into that sense of portraying the mundane existence of man. This is not a power fantasy or any sense of escapism. I can't imagine this is escapism. It's so simple in its concept that it leaves a lot of room for interpretation, right? And there's a podcast I listen to called Gamers for Jobs, and in the most recent episode, they had a segment dedicated to doing mundane things in games and why we do them. And they spent a fair bit of time discussing Viscera cleanup detail. And for those of you who view games as a form of art, there's that, of course, ongoing tired debate on whether games are art. And when you come across one like this, a game that is simply about cleaning up someone's mess in space, yeah, I mean, it does leave a lot of room for interpretation, especially when there's no narrative backbone. There's the barest of setups, and there's really no structure. There's no game-like structure. And at this point, I don't even know if the developers plan to add anything else that would make this more of a game. Will there be scoring? Will there be some sort of mechanic put in place to encourage you to clean more efficiently or clean faster? Perhaps a time chase, time attack feature, or a time limit where there's a countdown. You know, you got to clean up a certain part of the space station before the admiral or the general comes back to to check out your work, and then you'll be scored based on, you know, what percentage of the space station you've cleaned up. There's a lot of potential to just gamify, to use a kind of a lame term, but yeah, there's a lot of potential for them to just make this a bona fide game. As it is, it really is more of an experience. I'd even go as far as to call it like an interactive curiosity. And speaking of the game's art, I could easily see this at one of these you know, modern art exhibits where, you know, you have that one sort of digital kiosk where an artist has made, you know, made something using Adobe Director. I'm dating myself down, yeah. Using, you know, did something using Flash or using a very rudimentary game creation system, and just made something that's not even a game, but just something you play for a few minutes, and you know, they have some message behind it. Could they go in that direction? Perhaps. Ah, look, blood stain on the ceiling. You have to jump. See, there's a lot of potential for doing some interesting things for level design. Maybe not a lot, but I could imagine we get to a level where the ceilings are higher, then you have to start jumping on crates to gain elevations in order to reach the ceilings. Then we can start talking about, oh, you know, weapon upgrades and new gear that you can get yourself. If you spend your wages or your points. I said weapons for some reason, but yeah, these are essentially your weapons of the trade. Where you get an upgraded mop that, you know, has an extending head, so you can reach, you know, you can reach those hard to reach places, or some kind of vacuum where you come across crap like this where it's like so much to pick up. And instead of just doing it manually with your hands, you can just equip your space vacuum and just suck it all up. And, you know, you could put some characteristics on the vacuum to only give it a certain amount of charge. And then once you run out of charge, you gotta find an outlet somewhere and then recharge your vacuum. And oh, the possibilities. You know, once you get far enough, once you've really leveled up, you might even get a helper robot, some kind of bot you can program to do certain things. It can follow you, or maybe you could get it to roam off on its own, and it could do the more menial stuff for you. You could have a power washer, so you might have a room that's just smeared from floor to ceiling and gore and blood, and if you were to use your mop, it'd take, you know, several swipes just to clear out one little patch, which require a lot of water buckets, a lot of runs back to the slosh-o-matics and the furnaces. And, you know, if you've spent your points correctly, you could, you know, in between missions, you could buy a power washer, just clear it all away. And, you know, same with the vacuum. It'd probably have some kind of drawback, so it doesn't get abused. You know, we gotta think about game balance too, right? So now our bucket is just bloody now, so we gotta get a new one. And we're just gonna leave this one there. Just run on back to the slosh-o-matic. So you've probably seen more than you can handle of this game, so I'll just end things off here. Again, I don't think I've mentioned already, I will be posting a link to where you can download Viscera Cleanup Detail Alpha. It's available on IndieDB, so I'll post a link there in the show notes. And you can also check it out on Steam, where this game is up for voting on Greenlight. So give this game some support, and you may eventually see the full epic version of this game in all its glory. Oh, I hear it. We just left more mess for ourselves. Such is the life of a space janitor. So yeah, this is Viscera Cleanup Detail. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.